Recently, I watched this Lex Fridman podcast with Elon Musk as he's discussing about Neuralink and the fact that the human mouth is a very ineffective message communicator, because like we are thinking something, right, but we are communicating at like 0.2 bits per second, like super slowly, you know. Yeah. But when the moment you have a Neuralink and someone has a Neuralink, like whatever you're thinking and you want to send a message is like exactly what I mean, you know. And then when you use your mouth, right, there's a lot of like information lost in translation. Yeah. So I was thinking like the moment you type a prompt, right, the computer can regurgitate like an artwork. Can you imagine if you have Neuralink? Yeah. Is that even art at all already?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that might be something that we'll be doing in 10 years.
Yeah. The Neuralink, the first test subject out already, you know. They did the first
playing the games and stuff. Yeah. And again, the Geylang Crunk story, it's like all of this stuff's like already happening.
Oh my God, you're the Simpsons, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we'll see. The tools, the computing power that everybody has available to them now. What's the meme? Like, if a Victorian era person saw the Las Vegas sphere, they would instantly go into cardiac arrest. That's true. That's, you know.
I mean, there's so many reports, right, that because the sphere is surrounded by highways or something, that people like accidentally crash because they see
that giant eye or minion. Sphere specifically causes problems, but you know, that's a good example of stuff that just wasn't possible 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. You know, we do a lot of VR stuff. VR still has a long way to go before it's a
fully immersive.
It's cool in the right situations, and if people want to pay the money for the gear to do it properly, then it can be amazing. But otherwise, it's the ultimate. Oh, it's just 5 years away, like tech.
What is how immersive can you get VR to be?
I haven't had a chance to try the Apple Vision Pro. Everybody says it's amazing, but I say that's a $5,000 like test kit.
Yeah.
Not to go on an Apple rant, but I don't see that being a successful product, which I don't think
I think it's more like lost leader strategy or something like that.
Yeah, you know, people were waiting for it for long enough that I think they needed to get it out there just to say, okay, here it is.
Hey, we are the first.
Yeah. And, you know, Meta with Facebook and the Oculus stuff.
Yep.
It's good that there's a giant company that's still pushing that technology because, again, it's still got a very long ways to go. So we'll see. It's maybe when, you know, headsets are like the size of specs.
Oh.
Then,
or contact lens.
Yeah, contact lens. Going back to Geylang Crunk, that's when people are just gonna be like lost in their own world. They don't have to come out.
I was like imagining like how immersive you can get as VR, right? It's like the Matrix, you know, how they plug you in, then you can feel pain and everything. Is that even possible?
They got some funny like suits that like
jab you or something.
Pop you and stuff. I did one that there was a fan. It was totally, you know, ad hoc. It was some exhibition and people like, it was stuff they brought to do it.
Yeah.
There was a fan. They would like a heater too. So you go by fire.
Or something.
Yeah. And so like you went by fire and somebody would like light a match and blow it so you'd get the smoke. But it was like, okay, you need to have somebody like turning the fan on and the heater on and blowing the smoke at you. 4D experience. So yeah, that's got a long ways to go.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's just still 3D lah. You can't really like 4D yet lah.
Yeah,
I guess maybe too many external factors, equipment or whatever. Yeah, I think 4D cannot exist as like a piece of equipment. It has to like kind of like maybe trigger a nerve or something.
Yeah. It's
trick your brain.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
It's an expensive thing to do. That's kind of the bottom line with all that stuff. You know, and every time a potential client says, "Hey, what if we did this in VR?"
Oh my God.
I'm like, we could. Here's how much it's going to cost. They go, let's not do it in VR. We'll just take the 2D version, which is understandable. It's a lot of work to get that stuff set up, and it's a lot of work to maintain it too. It's kind of still in its Wild West phase